Welcome to the Quantum Now Tarot. My name is Phoenix Shiva Wolf, and I am a writer. I am an author, and I read the tarot as well. I read the tarot for myself daily, and I started again sharing for the collective. So I'm really excited. The past 3 days, I have restarted to share the tarot. I hadn't shared for about 7 months, and this has to do with your reading too, because the energies that have been arising approaching your reading, first of all, are very strong, because you're moving into a major breakthrough within your experience. You are moving into a brand new timeline, a brand new home, a brand new location, a brand new energy frequency that you are embodying. And so one of the strong energies arising for you before coming to your reading are that there has been a specific frequency that has been locked within your being. Okay, but it hasn't been blocked. It hasn't been that you haven't noticed it. It has been a frequency that you have been cultivating within yourself. And it has to do with your precision in your alchemy, most specifically. The precision in your alchemy that you have been cultivating has been leading you to this new space, this new home, this new sanctuary, this new location. And so, as I'm tuning into your energy, I see that you have been navigating through the unknown, okay? You have been unfolding in the unknown. And what I was feeling for you is that as you allow yourself to deepen in your trust, to deepen in your alchemy, to experience yourself and the reality without worry, without stress, then the reality begins to reflect back to you the peace, the tranquility, the harmony. Okay, and so notice how you approach each moment, and notice how the environment changes and shifts around you as you do, and see that as you move in your peace, in your harmony, how the reality can't reflect back something else. Okay, it reflects back what you are emitting. And so the less that you are pushing against, and the more you are resting inwardly in your being, the more the reality is going to allow you to see that about yourself and to experience it in deeper ways within your reality. So let's see who we are speaking to. The Six of Wands. So we are first starting here with the Six of Wands. And I see the Six of Wands manifesting within your experience as a manifestation of all that you have wanted to experience with your soul's expression upon the planet. Okay, I see that you have been moving energy forward in the physical consistently, vigilantly over a long period of years. Wow, a beautiful butterfly, bright orange butterfly, just flew by. It's still flying right over here. Kind of flew right over by the fence, right over right now the lounge chairs in the sun. Okay, so I'm seeing that your spirit is finally like letting go in yourself, is finally breathing, is finally feeling like the wind in the air, but from inside of you, okay, moving you as you are guided. And I see that it's very emotional for you, but in such a deep and enriching way within your experience. And the butterfly's still there, just floating around, flying, just in its destiny. And I see you, this, your brightness shining, okay? Your soul's luminosity shining. And I see that this victory for you is something that's so deeply visceral within your experience that it's really just for you, this victory. It's a quiet victory. It's a quiet victory just for you. Okay, and it's hard to describe the depth of this victory that you are going to be experiencing, but it's deeply connected to your life's work and your great work on the planet. Okay, I see that it's you. There was something about this energy manifesting, which was almost concealing in a way your mastery, okay? It's a bit hard to describe, but I see it as you've been in doing your inner work, your sacred inner alchemy, it's as if Spirit masked certain things to the public for a time in order for those things not to be visible to others, okay? In order to protect you, okay? This was in order to protect your highest victory, in order to protect your spirit and your sacred practices, your sacred rituals. And so this was a divine protection leading to your victory, although it did create some confusion in you for a time. But that is clearing, okay? I see that those energies were only unfolding in the way that they were in order to protect the evolution and the development of your spirit. That's why they occurred. And so, although it created a lot of like a quiet sadness, I can see that now that you have been thoroughly developed inwardly by spirit, that you are now, what is going to occur is the blooming of your work is going to unfold before you. So through this protection that's been unfolding for you, you are now going to witness your victory of who you truly feel that you are here to emanate, to become, and to exude upon the planet without and feeling free in that, feeling free in your work, feeling free in what you transmit, what you create. This time for you will feel like the Princess of Wands. Okay? As this victory is unfolding for you, you are going to feel as though you are blooming. I see you standing in front of a mirror, a magic mirror. Okay. And as you stand in front of this magic mirror, all of these Egyptian hieroglyphs are surrounding the mirror. And as you stare into the mirror, I see you laughing, I see you smiling, I see you bursting into just beaming laughter, because you broke out of so many self-perceptions about yourself that were constricting your spirit. And I see when you look in the mirror, you're seeing yourself as you are. Okay, you simply are seeing yourself as you are, without any mask, without any veil, without any filter, without any edit, just as you are. And I see that you are standing there in front of the mirror. And as you're standing in front of the mirror, I see all of these different multi-dimensional flowers blooming within your auric fields that continue to blossom, infinitely blossom through your field. And as you're standing there, you hold your hands just to your own self, to your own presence, just thanking yourself, just feeling so appreciative for your own sacred steps, for your own sacred unfolding, and feeling liberated, feeling weightless, feeling free, just free. Okay. And then I see you get to work. I see you focusing on your craft, focusing on who you are here to be, what you are here to create, what you are here to transmit. And that feels very certain, very clear, very, very focused. In your energetic field at this time, you are vibrating with the Four of Wands. You are vibrating in an energy of your perfected work. Okay? And that perfected work can only be known within the act of creation as it's moving through your vessel, as it's moving through your divine, sacred, awakened vessel that is present in the now, that is awake to the freshness of this now moment. And I see that everything that you are articulating within the reality by being the embodiment of the Six of Wands, moving in your great work as the Princess of Wands, and your work being the Four of Wands, is that you're trusting your pace. You're trusting that you cannot be out of alignment with your destiny, with your spirit, with the whole, with creation, when you are moving in alignment with your guidance. Okay? So I see that your work begins to reflect the Four of Wands in a brand new way. It's almost as if there's a shocking factor to what you are going to be emanating and creating. The precision of it, the alchemy of all of your internal work combusting through your work into manifest reality. And that shocking, as shocking as it may feel, or as out of this world as it may feel to others, it's actually very natural for you. Okay? And so that naturalness for you occurred and has occurred and will occur only because of your awakeness to your own being, only by facing yourself, doing the work, moving through the alchemy, and simply being present in your now reality. I'm seeing that your perfect work begins to open up unexpected doors for you with people that you may not expect, with beings that you may not expect to come into your field. But as you're resonating at such a high frequency and you're crossing so many multidimensional timelines, it's hard to not be drawn to what you are creating. It's very difficult because the resonance and the frequency that you are transmitting is electric. It's electric. It is through your own awakening to your own self. And so naturally, as the self is a unified field, it calls in all the sea of beings that are ready to hear you, to feel you, to rise higher with you and through your work. This is interesting. So, right, the devil means so many things to so many different kinds of people, right? Obviously, to Christians, the devil is a very particular frequency, right? So, to me, this card is about, and what I pulled it for is who you represent within the collective, okay? And so when we think about what the devil represents, is the devil is a misunderstood frequency, right? Because if you think about all human life, all energies that exist, all beings arose from the same source. And so the devil is often misunderstood, is a misunderstood being often. And so what I'm seeing in your field is that you've often been extremely misunderstood. And as strange as it sounds and as difficult as it may have been, there was, as we discussed earlier, there's a reason for this misunderstanding. And that reason is connected to a divine protection that you have been under for a very long time to protect your purity of spirit and to protect your evolutionary path. And so, although you may have arisen in people's lives as this sort of devil, okay, or this misunderstood soul or being, the interesting thing is you still had a monumental effect within those beings' lives and changed the trajectory and course of their existence. And so this arising for you is also an indicator that because it comes right after the focus on your great work, right? On your perfected great work, okay? Being in the perfection of your great work. It also means that as you move forward, there's an energy here that's also wants to say through me to you, and I keep hearing it repeatedly, which is saying, be fearless in what you say. Be fearless in the pursuit of your great work manifesting through you. And don't be afraid also to be seen as the devil to some. Why? Okay, how is that a good thing, right? Well, because this energy operates as an energy that is misunderstood, okay? What matters most through your work is that you understand it, actually, that you understand what you are doing through it. And as you understand what you're doing through your work and allowing the fullness of you to move through, then what occurs is you free yourself from needing reflections, okay, from others, from needing confirmation, and you can actually focus on your perfected work, okay, rather than needing those other reflections. So the perfected work and aligning with your perfected great work, which is what's arising through this Four of Wands right now, is your full allowance of the frequencies, the vibrations, and the ideas to fully flow through your vessel unhindered and unedited. That feels very important here. Unedited, okay? So if you have been editing yourself a lot, if you stopped doing that, okay? And let's say you're a person who is literally editing your videos, right? Okay. What I mean is, don't edit the spirit of what wants to come through you. Don't edit the energy of what wants to come through you. When you don't withhold that, that's truly when your perfect work will arise through you. Okay, I'm feeling a lot of artists in this field. A lot of artists in this field right now. Okay, this specific collective. I'm feeling artists, I'm feeling musicians, I'm feeling transmitters, I'm feeling real renegade souls in this collective. Okay. The Two of Cups and the Adjustment card came out. Okay, so your perfected work is deeply connected to this perfected love and balance of how you also take care of yourself. Okay, so the emanation of your work is also the emanation of how you deeply care for yourself. Okay, and so through your craft, if you're a singer, a writer, a channeler, a painter, I see that you start working more cross-dimensionally. You start allowing your playfulness to come out more. And what's interesting about that is it really breaks up a lot of like creative blockages that almost kind of felt like they were there. And so that occurs by you trusting the spirit of vigilance within you. Okay, so let me be more specific with that. When something arises for you to channel something, okay, in whatever medium that is, you are here to channel it. You start being more sensitive to the way spirit's desiring to channel those things through your vessel, okay? More specifically, okay? And this starts arising as a very exploratory time as well, because I see that you're tuning in more deeply. You're slowing down a bit in your being. So you're hypersensitive. Lots of serpent magic is in here. Like this erect cobra, okay? This erect cobra within you that's picking up on all these real delicious sensitivities in your field because spirit is just wanting to pour through you. And so it's like you're really opening that valve and moving from a subtlety within you. And I see that is leading to the forward momentum of you feeling finally in alignment with your own momentum. It's like you have been moving through so much inner work that I see that as these gears lock into place and you're moving from such a depth of trust that finally you start to feel like you're in the momentum you've always wanted to be in, and the universe starts reflecting it back to you at lightning speed, okay? And that speed came to you by slowing down internally, okay? Right? Because when you create all this like luxurious space within you, okay, doesn't matter what kind of environment you are in, what circumstance, what situation, what experience physically, because anyone can do this. When you create internal space, okay, and you are clearly slowing down and consciously choosing that quantum reality that you desire, that's when the reality then can start becoming anything you want it to be. Okay, but it's when you create the space, it's when you slow down a bit, okay? Not taking actions prematurely, but taking the actions when the lightning hits, okay? It's also not waiting for inspiration, right? It's the ripening and the alignment with the electricity of your nowness. And that's when things really take off in the reality. Is you are in tune with the aliveness and the spirit of now. And so I'm seeing okay. I'm seeing that it takes off all of a sudden. Wow. All of your hard work, years of hard work, it finally takes off. Okay? Years of vigilance. You have been cultivating this inward vigilance. Okay? And maybe it's like you would not be recognizable who you've become to people that were in your life at one time. Your energy, the way you are, your way of thinking, your way of being. Okay? You morphed so many times over. Okay? It's like within 1 hour, you have morphed more than people morph in literally lifetimes. Okay? It's like they're going at a snail's pace, and you are like the entire lightning thunderstorm that comes in the middle of the desert on the most glorious galaxy and sea of stars in the sky. And when you flip the reality, you flip it hard, man. You flip it hard. Okay, and this is what's leading to your divine offering. Okay, your divine offering. Okay, what you are choosing to give, what you desire to give, what you are allowing to flow forth through you. And I'm seeing the more you appreciate your work deeply, wholeheartedly, unwaveringly, wow, that's when the change happens. It's your depth of appreciation. I see it with my whole being. I see yourself literally, your hand on your heart, literally. It's like in the energy of hallelujah. You're just, your hands over your heart, okay? You're overflowing with gratitude because the breakthrough has already occurred. The one that you've been desiring, okay? And there is literally a peacock here that you could barely see in the very corner, but there is a peacock there. And I see this, it's like, it's literally like the feeling of, it's that feeling of like, almost like a black and white movie that turns into color, you know. It's a feeling of your soul's magnificence and your soul's vibrance just completely unleashing itself. Okay, I'm seeing that you actually are embracing yourself as the star of the reality, okay? And by embracing yourself as the star, okay, you hit the mark within your reality by allowing your craft to be the full embodiment of who you are. I see you writing down in a journal all the shifts, the changes that you desire to make in yourself, in the reality, in your work, in your craft. And I see you writing them all down. And as you're writing them all down, I see you in the afterlife making all of these changes to yourself, to your reality, to who you want to become. And I see like just a beast on the other side, completely free, completely in your power, completely in your craft, and obviously pure electric joy, depth of joy, right? Just pure bliss of your reality, of what you chose to take on through your alchemy. Your final message for today is the universe and the Prince of Discs. So, as you see and envision your highest vision of reality, okay? Let's say you're more of a feeler than a seer, okay? I'm getting this for some of you. Continue to embody in yourself, in your body, in your emotions, in your mind, the way you continue to want reality to feel for you, okay? And continue to push out of your field what you do not want, okay? That could have to do with frequencies, emotions, places that do not resonate with you, not going there, okay? Keeping that, want to say monastery in a way, monastery, sanctuary, like your divine sanctuary as your space of your satsang, okay? And allow yourself to stay in that energy field, right? It doesn't mean you don't go out into the world, but it means that continue to hold that space, hold that energy within yourself, okay? Not just being a sponge to frequencies, emanating in the space you're in, okay? And keeping your field clear. And as you continue to emanate and hold your energetic sanctuary around yourself, the universe is going to be reflecting to you your celebration of your inward self, okay? So continuing to tune in to you, honoring your sacred rituals and practices, honoring when you're not in ritual, when you're not in practice, but honoring the reality in which you are moving through, honoring your inward climate, your inward environment. And this is going to allow you to choose specifically the quantum realities in which you desire to be manifesting. And so the more specific you are with your inward alignment, the more specific the outer reflection can meet you. So I'm excited for you. I thank you for your presence during this reading, for showing up, for you, for tuning in. I send you my energetic support, my gratitude, and sprinkling some magic on your beautiful day. And I wish you the best, and I hope to see you soon.